Welcome to the March 9th, 2026 study session of the Livonia City Council. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance led by the Honorable Martha Tashnik.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This meeting sets the agenda for the 2037 regular meeting, which is a voting meeting that will take place on Monday, March 23rd, 2026, where tonight's items will be officially voted on. We are just missing Councilman McCullough tonight. We will start off with audience communication. You have 3 minutes. Please state your name and address for the record.
Thank you. Christopher Martin, great state of Michigan, and I might go over, so I'm going to ask right now for a little extra time. Okay? Earlier today, I was in our courthouse at 4 o'clock, and I was there to pick up some transcripts from a very nice individual over there, Beth Hitchcock. She's always been very nice to me. While I'm over there watching what's going on, a gentleman comes in, and he says, I just came from the police station, and he says, I want to contest this ticket. I want to appeal this ticket. And it says on the bottom of the ticket, I got 14 days to put in my request for a hearing. The gal behind the counter says, oh no, you got to post a bond to have a hearing. And now he reaches into his back pocket and he doesn't have the money, so now he leaves. You don't have to post a bond to have a hearing, whether it's formal or informal. Here's how it works. If you schedule a formal hearing, it's in front of a magistrate. If you're found responsible and you don't like the decision that the magistrate made, then you can go and request a formal hearing in front of a judge. On a formal hearing, now you can get the police officer in there, you can have him sworn in, you can ask him questions. On an informal hearing, it's in front of a magistrate, no one's sworn in, it's very informal. The end of the day is this, that woman who told that guy that, she's been there a long time. Her desk is kind of right in the center of the area where you first walk in. She knew better. She took advantage of somebody who didn't know his rights but tried to apply them. I'd like to have a hearing on this. And that's the nonsense that goes on. I just happen to see that today, and that's why I'm here telling you. If you don't know your rights, you'll have people trample them. And if I was the director of that building over there, and I looked into this matter, and I found out that that happened, I don't know if that gal over there would have a job. But somebody needs to look into it. That's exactly what happened. I didn't like it one bit because the guy was trying to use the system, okay? And he was denied by someone who lied to him at the courthouse. So, there you go.
Thank you. Good evening. Name and address for the record, please. You have 3 minutes.
Yes, Steve Kane, Coventry Gardens. I want to go back to the blight issue. I attended the capital outlay meeting, and again, that's great. We're starting to address blight. And I pointed out one of the reasons we haven't been able to because of the deficiency in our ordinances, which is just another reason why we have to have a charter commission. We got to clean up the charters. We have to have an ordinance commission. But what really surprised me at the capital outlay meeting was the deference to the law department and department heads from the council. Council, you guys make the rules of the road. You're the boss. In Livonia, the structure of government is straightforward. The city council controls the purse, departments execute the work, the law department advises, that's it. Advice is not authority. And discussion is not action. You guys think because we're talking about stuff for 2 hours, you're actually doing something. No, that is not the case. Every dollar spent in this city is approved by the council. That means performance is tied directly to appropriations. If infrastructure is not maintained, funding discussions should reflect that. Residents don't expect perfection, they expect competence. A person pointed out there's a hole in the roof at Noble. And every time it rains, water is pouring in. But one of the citizens said she watched it pour in. So you need to take action. You demand the DPW fix it and come forward in front of you and explain how they did it, when they did it. So, back to the ordinances. Require all non-occupant owners to register a local responsible agent. Implement escalating vacancy penalties over time. Create a category for underutilized commercial buildings that are mostly vacant. We need to start addressing the language. Livonia's ordinance was designed for the foreclosure crisis of 2009. Today, the challenge is long-term underused property and speculative ownership. Updating the ordinance would strengthen enforcement and protect neighborhoods from prolonged decline. And one final point. I support first responders. Every one of my friends that comes here and speaks, they support first responders. Nobody hates the police. We respect them. I have a lot of friends who are police officers and firefighters. But that doesn't mean I give them a blank check. I want them to have the best technology, the best tools available so they can perform efficiently and safely. A building doesn't fight crime. It's not what they want. Give them their own radios. Let's start there.
Thank you. Any other audience communication? Anything from the council? Okay, let's jump right into the agenda. Item number 1, we're going to start with Planning Commission. This is a waiver petition. It's petition 2026-01-02-01 submitted by Great Lakes Pond requesting waiver use approval for outdoor display of merchandise at 27675 Grand River Avenue, located on the south side of Grand River Avenue between 8 Mile Road and Antago Street in the northeast quarter of Section 1. Mr. Tormina.
Thank you. This is a request by Great Lakes Pond to have outside display and storage of material. So this property is located on Grand River. It's between Antago and 8 Mile Road. This site was developed in the mid-50s. Michigan Flooring Company, S&H Green Stamps, if anyone ever remembers that name. And then it was a Radio Shack for a long time. It's the immediate predecessor to Great Lakes Pond, however, was Motor City Pond. They opened in 2011. That was prior to the adoption of our current zoning regulations, which now treats pawn shops as a waiver use. It's roughly a quarter-acre site, 70 feet of frontage on Grand River. The zoning is C2. There is a special special requirement to pawn shops that prohibits outdoor sales, storage, or display of merchandise. This is an enforcement issue that came to the Planning Commission. Planning Commission reviewed it and has approved it. There's 2 areas. One is some items placed underneath the awning on the front of the store. I think you have some photographs that show what that looks like. Then there's another small area on the back part of the building where they also have some outside storage. The Planning Commission approved this. They included a number of conditions. One is that the outdoor display only occur in the area shown on the plan. No overnight outdoor storage. The repairs to the parking lot, constructing a dumpster enclosure, removing some light pole bases that are no longer needed, and then limiting this approval to just this owner-operator. And you're going to modify the special requirement, so it will require a majority vote, a 5-member approval to pass. Thank you.
Thank you. Is the petitioner here and want to say anything? No? Okay. Anything from council?
I have a question.
Councilwoman McDonald?
Thank you. Mr. Termino, can we limit the time during the year that or is that already in there?
I don't believe it is in the resolution, Councilmember McDonald. You absolutely can limit the months if that's something that you'd want to consider, maybe in conversation with the applicant. I was not aware that they weren't going to be here, but that would be a reasonable condition. In fact, we've done that on a number of other similar requests for outside display.
Right, because, I mean, you wouldn't want things, in December out there if it's, you know.
Well, he had snow blowers out there today.
Oh, well, that's true too. So, okay, thank you.
Madam Chair? Budzinski, then Tashnik.
You know, because the petitioner isn't here and, you know, we could perhaps notify them to come to the next meeting and offer an
We'll do
approving,
that.
denying in committee of the whole tonight.
Councilwoman Tashnik?
I actually just had a couple quick questions. I wanted to know what the total square footage of the merchandise area outside was going to be. Are we talking about a little area? Yeah, I couldn't,
So
when I watched the planning, I didn't
the area in the
mention that.
back is roughly 16 feet by 16 feet.
Okay.
It takes up an area about the size of a parking stall. It's kind of a triangular area, unused area in the parking lot. And then the area under the awning can't be more than 15, 20 square feet.
So we'd be limited to those two spots? Okay. And this would be used more for sales promotion than it would be for storage?
That's my understanding.
Okay, that's
yes.
what I picked up from that too, but you're right, we can't, question, so.
Mr. Termina, I actually have a question. I think it's that picture. It's one of the pictures, and there's actually stuff on the right-of-way. They're aware that's not where it can go, correct?
Right here. Yeah, this would have to be placed underneath.
No, it was like on the grass. It was one of the pictures I had to zoom in on, so it might have been that over.
Yeah, it is the over, it's page 11.
So if the petitioner could be made aware, we have some questions.
Absolutely.
Because if they're already doing that and not following what they're asking for. Anything else from council? Anything from the audience? Good evening. Name and address, please. You have 2 minutes.
Good evening, Jerry Karasinski, 19488 Bainbridge Avenue. Yeah, I was at both of those meetings where the petitioner talked with the Planning Commission. Mostly they were talking about putting seasonal items out, so snow blowers during the winter, lawnmowers and bikes in the summer. Engineering department had a number of stipulations, which I think are in the resolution that you received, including striping the parking lot, and their parking lot's in bad shape. So this would be a win for the city as long as they meet those stipulations. And also their competition is on 8 Mile, a little bit further west in Farmington, and they're allowed outdoor storage. So just in fairness, from my viewpoint, if we could accommodate them, that'd be great. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening. Name and address for the record, please. You have 2 minutes.
Vicki Johnson on Jameson Court. It's not a bad idea to me, but I just have a feeling that it would be targeted with thieves and, bad things. So I would hope that they would have some kind of security there, because our police department's already overstressed. Thanks.
Thank you. Good evening. Name and address for the record, please.
Jim Bigga, Lancashire Road, Livonia. I'm speaking for a resident who can't be here, and currently that pawn shop owner keeps items out there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and he's done so for the last year or so. So I would like to make sure that he doesn't do that now. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So we have
Being denying in committee of the whole,
in
And
committee of the whole.
all three.
all three.
Oh.
So she offered approving a denying and a committee of the whole, so that's what you have to say.
Okay. We have a approving and denying in a committee of the whole for, when's our next meeting? March 23rd, the regular agenda on March 23rd. Okay, moving on to item number 2. This is a waiver petition. It's petition 2026-02-02-07, submitted by Greg Marsalis of Livonia Properties, LLC, requesting waiver use approval to operate a full-service restaurant and outdoor seating at 35841 Plymouth Road, located on the south side of Plymouth Road between Yale Avenue and Levan Road in the northeast quarter of Section 32. Mr. Termina?
Thank you. This application is being brought to you by the owners of the Black Label Tavern, who have an interest in acquiring a vacant piece of property on Plymouth Road and building a new full-service restaurant. This site is on the south side of Plymouth. It's between Yale and Levan, directly across from the Ford transmission plant. Property is zoned C2, which treats full-service restaurants as a waiver use. The site is just under 2 acres in size, has roughly 335 feet of frontage on Plymouth Road. It has been vacant for a number of years. This is the site of the former Cockram's fruit stand that you may recall for years operated and also sold Christmas trees. This site was approved about 3 years ago for a planned residential development for about 11 condominiums. However, the current owner has no intention to develop the site as it was approved. That's the reason why the property is now under contract by the owners of the Black Label Tavern. Their interest this evening is securing the waiver approval for the restaurant use and conceptual approval of the site plan. They have every intention of returning back to the Planning Commission and the City Council with detailed plans on what the actual restaurant will look like. The property, as you know, is surrounded by commercial on both the east and west. There is single-family homes to the south of this property. The restaurant building itself would be about 8,200 square feet. As you can see from the site plan, it's centrally located on the property. There's parking on all 4 sides. Overall, there's 141 parking spaces. This would translate to roughly 180 to 230 seats, but we don't have the floor plan at this time. The architect will update you on his plans to bring those, the more detailed plans to you in the near future. There is a landscape plan that is provided for you. There's a screen wall that runs along the south part of this property. There's a landscape belt that will separate the homes from the parking area. In this area, they're showing 111 arborvitaes that would be planted along that screen wall. We would like to revisit parts of the landscape plan with the architect, particularly as it relates along the 2 sides of the property. Another issue is, and this is something that was raised at the Planning Commission, is providing some of the streetscape improvements along Plymouth Road consistent with the PRDA's, with the piers and fencing. And they are willing to do that as well. So the application has moved forward from the Planning Commission with a number of items that would be treated as what we refer to as callback items. So they would come right back to you in probably in the next couple of months with details on the actual building and some of these other items like the PRDA improvements and the landscaping. Thank you.
Thank you. Is the petitioner here? Good evening. Did you want to add anything to that? Introduce. Of course, yep. Introduce yourself, please. Name and address.
Roman Bonoslawski, Ron and Roman Architects, 275 East Frank, Birmingham, Michigan. First of all, thank you for even allowing me to be here this evening. Very excited. You may not know it, but we've been very busy designing the interior of the Nino Salvaggio Market, which is opening Wednesday morning at 8 o'clock. And since last Wednesday at about 8 o'clock in the morning, we've had very little sleep pulling it together, but it's coming out very lovely. I guess the point of me saying that is to tell you we're not a flash in the pan. Greg and Mark, with their success at the Black Label, have reached out to us. Our specialty is designing restaurants. We don't do any chain restaurants. We don't do anything that's substandard. So hospitality is our business. I hope you like the Ninos when you see it. We've designed all the Ninos to date. I think this is our 5th one. That Lindhout Associates are the architects of record for doing the construction documentation because it's a rather extensive building. In our case, we've been very sensitive to doing 2 things. Number one, making sure that both Greg and Marcos will get a very operational building. I'm speaking of that before I speak of the aesthetics. The layout, making sure that there is sufficient parking, making sure that the building presents correctly. As Mark had stated, we've discussed we will be revising the front landscaping to provide a site wall, a decorative site wall along the entire front. We've staged the property in such a way where we love the greenery of the arbs, and I'm glad Greg's actually not here this evening, because if he's seen them, but he didn't hear 111, and I'm just afraid when the reality of that strikes home. But to be able to stage that building, a beautiful green drop behind it. During the Planning Commission meeting, there were a number of people that brought up, concerns with regards to alcohol being served in a restaurant. I think there was a sports bar that was brought up with regards to beer cans being tossed over properties. This is not a sports bar. This is going to be what you would call fine casual dining, and it's intended as a steakhouse. It is not carrying through the name. They're not closing Black Label. This is a new enterprise for them, and a majority of the restaurant will be for full service, serving alcohol and fine dinners, and then a small portion of it will be a soft-seated lounge. There are 2 small patios on the exterior, which are held closer towards the front of the project. We've taken a lot of time to make sure there is sufficient parking, there is sufficient landscaping, that the neighbors won't be subject to terrible noises from behind us, and very excited to be doing this work here. And I'll close once again. I hope you like Nino's because it came out really well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Council, Ms. Budzinski?
Yeah. I mean, I think this is an exciting development, you know. Obviously, it was intended for alternative use, and so it's kind of just been a pile of dirt for quite some time. So to have a new business, but one that's also familiar to, you know, those of us on Plymouth Road who patron the Black Label Tavern, I think that that's especially nice. So I look forward to getting the details on a site plan later. One question I just have, because we've been talking about it a lot, is lighting. And so I don't know if either of you could just talk. I know that it was discussed and that we have information about that, but just for the attendees here, those watching, if you could just talk about how you're making sure not to disrupt the residents
Precisely.
behind.
So your ordinance is very defined and detailed with regards to the photometrics that are to be used on the site. We actually use a lighting consultant. The lighting system that was presented is in the package that you have, actually has the photometrics engineering study that was done on the project. We meet all the requirements with regards to no light bleed off property. We're well within the half-foot candle that's required along the property. Many times much less, but we never peak out beyond the 0.5 foot candles at the property line. And better than that, if you, our sensitivity to laying the building out, if you notice, it was a play back and forth, making sure that we don't exceed the area that would be supported by sufficient parking. But at the same time, we didn't bring the project right up against the back wall of the neighbors. So more than anything else, we're a good 20 feet. First of all, our setbacks were well beyond our building setbacks themselves, but we've actually added sufficient distance for snow removal, for the landscaping at the back, and not to have everything crammed up against the back of the project. Lighting will be beautiful and not an issue.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'd like to offer an approving on consent if there's no objection from my colleagues.
Anything from council? Anything from the audience? Good evening. Name and address for the record, please. You have 2 minutes.
Deb Christensen. This is my neighborhood behind this project. My concern is that, and I'm not on Elmira, which is the street that it's going to be butting up against, but I'm wondering if those folks on Elmira know that this is a change for them, that we're going from residential, which were the condominiums, to now a restaurant. And I pose that to you and to the engineers and to the developer. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else from the audience? Okay, great. This will be on the consent agenda on March 23rd, 2026. Item number 3, this is a site plan petition. It's petition 2026-01-08-01 submitted by Marwan Hader on behalf of MCore Holdings LLC requesting site plan approval to demolish the existing gas station and fuel pumps at 29230 5 Mile Road and construct a new gas station, convenience store, and fuel pumps located the northeast corner of Middlebelt Road and 5 Mile Road in the southwest quarter of Section 13. Mr. Termina.
Thank you. This gas station was constructed in 1956. It was under the name Pure Oil, and I don't believe, besides building a canopy over the pumps, there's been much done with the property since then. The plan this evening presents a proposal that would completely demolish the site and rebuild the gas station on the property. The building today is only about 860 square feet. The new building is roughly 2,700 square feet. That building would be moved from the middle of the property to the northeast corner of the property. There are 4 driveways that provide access to the site currently. 2 are along 5 Mile, 2 are along Middlebelt Road. Working with the Planning Commission, the applicant has agreed to remove the driveway, one of the driveways on Middlebelt Road. That's the south driveway. So every time we have an opportunity to reduce the congestion for projects like these, we try to get compliance with the applicant, and in this case, they're willing to remove that driveway, so that's going to be a big benefit that not only adds landscaping, but also provides additional traffic safety for that busy intersection. Plan shows 7 parking spaces. That does meet the code. That's in addition to the spaces that would be at the pumps. The building itself would be a combination of face brick, block, and aluminum composite materials. This includes panels and siding on the building. The applicant has agreed to add additional brick to the building, not something that was shown on the original plans. The floor layout, this is, again, a typical gas station in that it provides a retail area, a small space for a takeout restaurant, cashier counter, coolers, office, and then a restroom. And yes, there will be free air provided at this restaurant. That's going to be along the, at this gas station. That's going to be along the north side of the property. That is a requirement of the ordinance for those of you who don't know. Livonia requires that air be provided at gas stations and that it be offered for free to customers. Thank you.
Thank you. Is the petitioner here tonight? Good evening, sir. Would you like to say anything, add anything?
Mr. Tremina actually did a good job on this, explaining exactly what we need to do.
Okay.
And we'll actually be replacing the pumps and the tanks, canopy, almost everything, complete makeover.
Okay.
And adding up lots of landscaping and beautifying that corner.
Thank you. Council?
Madam Chair.
Stashnik?
Thank you. I know there was some talk at the Planning Commission meeting about changing the configuration of the south driveway on Middle Belt. Whatever did we decide on that? Because it was kind of more of a, we'll look into it and get back to you. I just was curious.
But we closed that, and I ended up doing like, even on 5 Mile, the driveway was 60 feet. And if you can see right now, we ended up doing like little island and separated from next door right there.
Okay.
And then we closed the one on Middle Belt. Yeah, that's the one with closed. If you can see the landscaping plan, you can see it closed. And changed the radius to meet the wind county requirement actually on 5 Mile. But
good.
the other entrance actually, because of the truck routes, we're not touching that.
Yeah, no, that makes absolute sense. I think that looks great. I think that's going to look a lot better, and it'll be a lot safer at that intersection as well. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
And also taking that sign and complying with your monument signs and 5 feet from setbacks and all that kind of stuff. So we'll be bringing this site up to code. So.
Thank you. Well, I appreciate you, the investment here in Livonia and in the upgrade that you want to bring to this corner. So I'll be happy to offer an approving on consent if there are no objections.
Anything from the audience on this one? Great. Item number 3 will be on the consent agenda on March 23rd, 2026.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to the Office of the Mayor. Item number 4, this is the appointment of Benjamin Greer to the Livonia Economic Development Corps for a 3-year term, which will expire on June 7th, 2029. Is there anyone here from the mayor's office to speak on this?
I can speak to this.
Okay,
actually.
thanks.
Well, Mr. Greer is here. So
Yeah,
he
I
can-
mean, are you supposed to speak for yourself? I don't know.
So the Economic Development Corporation has been around for years, and what it does is it provides low-interest bond financing, and these are for projects that are typically for nonprofit uses. There's very strict IRS rules and benefits available through EDC financing. So it's a committee that rarely, and I mean rarely, meets. Last project I think that they undertook was the science building at Madonna University, and that was probably 15 years ago. So Benjamin, I think historically the finance director has always had a seat on the Economic Development Corporation, which is why Benjamin would be seated to this position. Thank you.
Thank you. Council?
Madam Chair?
Yeah.
I'm happy to offer an approving on consent.
Okay,
this
thank
item.
you. Anything from the audience? Great. Item number 4 will be on the consent agenda on March 23rd, 2026. Moving on to item number 5, this is the appointment of Robert Donovic to the Livonia Brownfield Redevelopment Authority to complete a vacated 3-year term, which will expire on November 24th, 2028. Are you speaking on that too, Mr. Attorney?
Do I even need to provide an introduction to Mr. Donovic? But yes, the mayor is asking Mr. Donovic to serve on the Brownfield Authority. He would be replacing, I believe it's Andrew Lendrum, who stepped down from that position. Brownfield Authority, I think, is made up of 9 members. They meet semi-annually on brownfield-related projects. There's, I think, 5 or 6 active projects currently, and they're getting ready to meet in the next month. So his timing is perfect.
Great. Did you want to add anything, Mr. Donovic?
Good evening, Madam President, members of the board. Thank you very much to Mr. Tormina. I'd also like to thank the mayor for nominating me for this position. I'd be pretty excited to serve the residents in this capacity. I have some experience with brownfields, working with the planning department in my previous role, sitting with all of you at one point. So it'd be really a great honor to serve the residents and work with Mr. Tormina, the planning department, and the attorneys and the developers that want to develop tough pieces of property in our community. It's a great thing to serve, and I'd love that opportunity. So if you have any questions, I'm here to answer them, and thank you for your consideration, Council.
Thank you. Council?
Madam Chair?
Mr. Brockway?
I have about 14 questions. First of all,
Yes,
who
sir.
do you, no, I would like to offer approving on consent.
Okay. Anything from council? Anything from the audience?
Thank you, Council.
Are we gonna,
No, we have audience.
should we put him on the regular and make him come back? No, I'm just kidding.
Good evening.
We could do that.
Name and address for the record, please. You have
Hi,
2 minutes.
Deb Christensen, Livonia resident. I don't think that it's going to matter what I say, but I'm going to say it anyway. Mr. Donovic is a contractor, and I believe that he shouldn't hold this position because of that role, and it's really a conflict of interest for our city. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else from the audience? Okay, this will be on the consent agenda on March 23rd, 2026. Item number 6, a request to approve adjustments in salary and benefits for appointed department heads for the period December 1st, 2025 through November 30th, 2028.
Good
Ms. Leibel?
evening, everyone. I'm Janine Leibel on behalf of the Mayor's Office on this, but also on behalf of Civil Service. We are here to change or to modify and update some of the benefits for appointed department heads. It will follow similarly the benefits that we've extended to our bargaining units as well. We'll offer the department heads, a cost of living increase across the next 3 years, in addition to a 2% wage adjustment to keep us competitive as far as salaries go. We get an extra personal business day, and as well as we've updated some of our retirement benefits, including the retirement health savings plan has been increased to $100 per biweekly pay, and an increase in our 401A plan.
Thank you. Council?
Madam Chair,
Ms. Persicone?
I would like to offer an approving on consent of this item. I think our department heads work unbelievably hard, and they work long hours and on the weekends, and they are very well deserving of these, so that is an easy one.
Anything from the audience? Great. Item number 6 will be on the consent agenda on March 23rd, 2026. Item number 7, this is a request to approve City of Livonia Asked Me Union Local 192 contract agreement for the period December 1st, 2025 through November 30th, 2028.
Good evening, council members. I'm Janine Leibel on behalf of Civil Service. After extended and careful negotiation, we have come to an agreement with our AFSCME 192 bargaining unit. We reached a fair agreement. It fosters recruitment and retention, an improved compensation package and benefits that sort of focus on wellness, which is always a good thing to promote in your employees. I want to thank the mayor and our bargaining team for all of their hard work, and I'd also like to thank Lindsay Swakowski from 192. She was a wonderful partner in this and gave us a lot of good direction as to what our employees were looking for. Some of the changes that we are making or that we agreed to are cost of living increases across the next 3 years, as well as a 2% wage increase that keeps our salaries, continues to try and put our salaries in a competitive place. We've updated our sick leave provisions so that they are in compliance with the Earned Sick Time Act. We've increased some of the banks that allow people to set aside their accrued time so that they can use it later or get it paid out later. We've worked out some of our non-standard schedules so that we can have some more flexible workforce and more flexible work times for certain departments. We've done a modification to our vacation accruals to show the value in retention by allowing people at 10 years of service to gain some extra time. We've also done the personal business increase and a rec center membership. We've added Juneteenth as a holiday, and we are increasing our retiree health savings plan and our 401A retirement benefits as well.
Thank you. Council? Ms. McDonald?
I'd like to offer an approving on consent, please.
Okay. Anything from the audience? Awesome. Item number 7 will be on the consent agenda on March 23rd, 2026. Item number 8, request to approve adjustments in salary and benefits for non-represented City of Livonia employees for the period December 1st, 2025 through November 30th, 2028.
Just a couple more times, folks. Janine Leibel on behalf of the Civil Service Department. This request is for our non or unrepresented City of Livonia employees. These are employees who are not currently in a bargaining unit. And we have extended a lot of the same exact benefits. So it's the cost of living increase across 3 years, a wage adjustment of 2%, an update to our vacation time accruals so that their banks are increased, and that way they can, if they're not using their vacation time, they're not losing it as well. An increase in personal business time. We added Juneteenth as a city holiday. We've given employees a rec center membership with great thanks to the Parks and Recreation Commission. Increase in retirement benefits, the RHSP and our 401A. And there is an updated vacation and comp time benefit. Those benefits do not apply to some exempt employees who have separate vacation policies that we have previously approved.
Thank you. Council? Ms. Persicone?
I'd like to offer an approving on consent.
Thank you. Anything from the audience? Okay, item number 8 will be on the consent agenda on March 23rd, 2026. Item number 9, request to approve adjustments in salary and benefits for non-appointed department heads for the period December 1st, 2025 through November 30th, 2028.
One more time, folks. I'm Janine Leibel on behalf of Civil Service, and this is for the changes to our Livonia department heads. Similarly to the other packages, this is an increase in our cost of living adjustment, as well as a wage increase of 2%, increase in personal business days, increase of one more personal business day, the addition of Juneteenth as a city holiday, and improvements in our RHSP and 401A retirement plans, Jack Kirksey Recreation Center employee membership, and a modification to our sick leave accrual as well.
Thank you. Council?
Madam Chair,
Ms. Tashnik?
I'll be happy to offer an approving on consent.
Thank you. Anything from the audience? Okay, item number 9 will be on the consent agenda on March 23rd, 2026. Item number 10, request to approve proposed updates to various unrepresented employee classifications.
I'm Janine Leibel on behalf of Civil Service with something different to say this time. We took a look at many of our classifications and we wanted to update them. There's some really outmoded and outdated classifications that haven't been used in decades. We wanted to streamline and modernize our administrative personnel's ability to move into different positions throughout the city, and streamlining this certainly helps with that. Our purpose was to consolidate 7 clerical classifications into 3 classifications. The 7 classifications were also, we looked to move them so that they'd be consistent with our 192 bargaining unit classifications. And classifications, just because I keep saying it, is another word for like your job or your position. So that we took the clerk stenographer 1 and 2, the legal stenographer 1 and 2, and a secretary for it, and a council secretary. Those were positions that were not used, and we consolidated those. The new classification is called administrative assistant, and it's administrative assistant 1 through 4. There are 10 employees currently impacted by this.
Okay, thank you. Council?
Madam Chair,
Ms. Tashnik?
we don't have stenographers anymore?
No.
No, I'll be happy to offer an approving.
Coolest machines ever.
Yeah.
Anything from the audience? Okay, item number 10 will be on the consent agenda on March 23rd, 2026. Item number 11, request to approve hourly rate increase for the professional services provided by Schultz and Young, PC.
Good evening, Council. Janine Leibel on behalf of Civil Service. I'm here to request a an hourly rate increase for our labor attorney, Schultz and Young. Greg has been working for the city for over 30 years. His partner, Beth, is excellent, reliable legal mind. We look to them to give us some direction. They certainly have a wealth of city history under their belts, and I think they understand where we stand in terms of how we like to pursue labor relations, and they really give excellent guidance. Their hourly rate is going from $140 per hour to $160. I know as an attorney I'm getting a great deal. I hope they're not watching, but I think this is a very fair contract. They give us great services, and I appreciate everything that they do.
Thank you. Council?
Madam Chair?
Ms. Tashnik?
Thank you. I actually, not an attorney myself, but maybe Mrs. Persicone, but I thought that was kind of a bargain too when I saw it, so I feel like we need to get this approved before they realize. So look at the attorneys down there laughing. So I'll put this as an approving on consent, and I will congratulate Ms. Leibel. I think she beat Mr. Davis for the amount of agenda items for one meeting this year.
Yeah.
In every other way too. Sorry, Ted.
Thank you. Is there anything from the audience on this one? Okay, item number 11 will be on the consent agenda on March 23rd, 2026. Moving on to DPW. Item number 12, request to adopt a resolution proclaiming Friday, April 24th, 2026 as Arbor Day in the city of Livonia, to be celebrated at Riley Elementary at 15555 Henry Ruff, Livonia, Michigan. Is anyone from DPW here?
I'm going to be
Ms. Cheerleader.
working on this
I was going to
one
say
for-
they asked me to be there for it.
Yeah. So yes, this year we'd like to have Arbor Day on April 24th. Program's scheduled to begin at 2 p.m. at Riley Upper Elementary School on Henry Ruff, just north of 5 Mile. They'll be planting 3 trees in the Henry Ruff right-of-way. Not sure what the species are yet. They're still picking those out. Each student will be taking home a seedling of some sort of evergreen. I'm not really exactly sure which one. Doug says they're currently looking at black spruce, so we'll see. Once again, the state forester has certified our city 27th Tree City designation and our 21st Growth Award designation for adding the benefits of urban forest. In addition, we would like to have approval to fly the Arbor Day flag at both City Hall and DPW for the week of Arbor Day, April 20th through 24th.
Council?
Madam Chair,
Mr. Brockway?
I'd like to offer approving on consent.
Okay, thank you. Anything from the audience? Okay, item number 12 will be on the consent agenda on March 23rd, 2026. Item number 13, request to authorize additional appropriation and expenditure for the Livonia Glendale Type 3 landfill and underground storage tank investigations in the amount of $27,000 from budgeted funds. Are you taking that one?
That's
okay,
me too.
Thank you.
Yeah. So this is an ask to amend our existing contracts with NTH Consultants for both our landfill monitoring and our underground storage tank investigations in the amount of $27,000. This past year, we came under surprise regulations or some additional regulations on both the landfill licensing as well as having to replace the police station tanks and some of the additional testing because we found a small release. And so between the testing and monitoring, in order to get through the rest of the year, the consultant is estimating it's going to run into $27,000 would cover it until we get to the next year of the contract. And then hopefully we'll be back under for next year with this out of the way.
Okay, thank you. Council? Ms. McDonald?
I have a question. Mr. Lear, how much did we contract for previously?
So it's a 5-year contract for the landfill portion. There's two different council resolutions on this one. For the landfill monitoring, for the past year, from July 1st, 25 to 26, it was $41,300. And then there was also a $50,000 for environmental engineering as needed services. So a total of $91,300.
One more question. Are we going to be given an update or an analysis of everything that's going on with that site eventually?
I'm sorry, with which site?
Are we going to be, is council going to be apprised of any updates or whatever the findings are on that site?
Yes, I mean, we can work that in as well as, you know, the reporting that we have to do to the state and closing of the existing tanks, installation of the new tanks and all the monitoring. Those results are public, but we can, you know, also forward those to the council as well.
Okay, thank you.
Council? Ms. Persicone?
Madam Chair, I'll offer an approving on consent for this.
Anything from the audience? Okay, thank you. Item number 13 will be on the consent agenda on March 23rd, 2026. Moving on to engineering, item number 14, this is a request to accept stormwater facilities maintenance agreement from Livonia Public Schools Early Childhood Center and construction of a storm drain system that provides adequate drainage at 18,000 Newburgh Road in the southwest quarter of Section 8.
Hi, yeah. So this one is a formality, more or less, for any new construction. When they're tying into something that discharges to a Wayne County system, they're required to get a storm maintenance agreement with the city saying that if they do not maintain their facilities, the city will step in and do it for them and bill them the cost for reimbursement. So this is basically our ask to go ahead and approve the maintenance agreement so we can finish out the construction of this site.
Thank you. Council? Ms. McDonald?
I would like, Madam Chair, I'd like to offer approving on consent for this, please.
Okay, thank you. Anything from the audience? Item number 14 will be on the consent agenda on March 23rd, 2026. Item number 15, request to accept stormwater facilities maintenance agreement from Livonia Public Schools Career Technical Center and construction of a storm drain system that provides adequate drainage at 8985 Newburgh Road in the southeast quarter of Section 31. Mr. Lear?
Yes. So this is the same as the last one, except this is for their technical center down at Newburgh Road, just north of Joy. Once again, they finished all the work on site. System has been more or less cleaned and ready to go, and we just need this to formally close out the site.
Thank you. Council? Ms.
Madam Chair.
Budzinski? Sorry.
I'd like to offer an approving on consent.
Anything from the audience? Thank you. Item number 15 will be on the consent agenda on March 23rd, 2026. Item number 16, request to waive the formal bidding process and approve the 2026 lane line marking program by extending contract 25-H unit prices with PK Contracting Incorporated for contract 26-H in the amount of $125,000. Mr. Lear.
Yes. So this is our yearly lane line marking contract. We are asking to extend PK Contracting contract from last year with no additional increase in price. We did go out for bids last year and had one bidder, even after trying to contact multiple companies. There's just not many companies that do this type of work, and no one wants to bid on it. They all kind of carve out their little areas. So we're asking for approval to extend their contract.
Okay, thank you. Ms. McDonald?
Thank you. I just wondered if council could get a breakdown on what we've actually paid this contractor for this contract before the next meeting, and I would like this to go on the regular agenda, please.
Okay. Anything else from council?
Is that an approving?
Is it approving on the regular?
Approving, yes, I'm sorry. Thank you.
Anything from the audience? Okay, this will be on the regular agenda on March 23rd, 2026. Item number 17 from the Law Department. This is a request approval of charter amendments and consideration of placing public safety renewal and cultural/senior services millages on the August 2026 primary election ballot. Mr. Fisher, for the last time. No,
Thank you, and knock on wood. So the items before you tonight are actually two separate ballot initiatives to renew the millages that we currently have in place for public safety and the cultural and senior services millages. We're asking that they be renewed basically in the exact same format that they were approved by the voters last time. But as part of that renewal, council has to approve their inclusion on the ballot and approve their inclusion on the ballot as charter amendments. That's how we do our millages here. So just requesting approval of that. I believe it does have to be on the regular because it will require a supermajority vote.
Thank you. Ms. Budzinski?
These two ballot proposals are really important, public safety and our cultural and senior services. So we'll be talking about them a lot, and we'll be talking about them at the next meeting as well, clearly. So I'd like to offer an approving on consent, or regular, sorry, approving on regular.
Okay, anything from the audience on this one? Okay, great. That will be on the regular agenda on March 23rd, 2026. Is there any final audience communication for anyone that did not speak already during this meeting? Any closing remarks from council?
I will.
Ms. Budzinski?
I just want to thank Carter for his service. We try to keep you here as long as possible tonight. I hope you appreciate that. And best wishes in your future endeavors. And Eric, buckle up. It's a fun time.
Thank you. You guys are in great hands, and it's been a pleasure working with all of you. Thanks.
Thank you. Anything else? All right. See you next time.